Here I am, sharing another thought. Just a Thought by Kathy. Remember, it's just my thought, but I want to share it with you because maybe it will help you in your own thoughts and the direction you might want to go. The world right now is full of some pretty over-the-top emotion. There's anger and rage. There's fear, hopelessness, helplessness, anxiety, a desire to make change, and yet how to make the right change, what's the right thing to do, what power do I have? It's overwhelming sometimes, and it can make me think, I'm just gonna close the door, close the blinds, and do my best in my own little world. That's not always the best answer. I do think, though, it's important to do our best, excuse me, inside and then project it out. If we go out to make change and we're unsettled inside, it's difficult to bring the positive effect that we want because we're not sure inside where we're headed. So I had some thoughts about negative thoughts. And I was thinking this morning, we want to get all of those gone. And then I had the thought that not all negative thoughts need to be immediately dismissed, put under the rug, shown the door. There's some powerful purposes in negative, dark, challenging thoughts. There are some powerful forces at work. So I made a list of some of the things that came to mind about why negative emotions or feelings or thoughts actually serve a purpose. They can get my attention that something is wrong. When you see something happening or experience something happening that feels bad, something's wrong. It brings to mind, there is something wrong about this situation. What can I do to change it? It causes me to reflect. Wow, have I ever done that? Have I experienced that? Do I even understand the emotion that's going on for someone else? It causes us to look outside of ourselves, but also inside to say, am I part of the solution or part of the problem? It helps me to know I made a mistake. Dang it, we're not perfect. I hate that. But when I feel yucky inside, I know I made a mistake and that I need to do something to make it better. Whether it's the way that I view things, whether it's the way that I communicate to others, whether it's the way I voice my feelings or the way I don't voice my feelings. I've made a mistake and I need to make it better. For example, I am working with my friend Laura doing an online class for ages 12 to 18 on being me on purpose. I love to do it and they're great kids. Yesterday, I was talking to them about the power of the conscious and the subconscious mind and the importance of visualization. And I related a story about significant changes I made in my own life involving visualization. The story was about quitting smoking. For several years I smoked and I was a heavy smoker. And when I would try to quit, it was horrible. People would buy me cigarettes because I was so difficult to get along with. And one day I read a book about the power of the subconscious mind and I began to make changes. And one of them was visualizing myself in situations where normally I would smoke, and this time I didn't. And it was playing that movie over and over in my head about no matter who was around me, no matter what was going on, I wasn't the one with a cigarette. Here's the thing. I made a mistake. Today when I thought about it, I didn't tell those kids that, number one, don't even start the habit, right? Smoking is not good. I don't care what you believe, smoking is not good. Scientifically proven. Don't even start it. Then you don't have to go to that visualization. The second thing was that I didn't make good choices at that time. And I never want to encourage someone to even contemplate those choices. So my plan next time is to just tell them a couple of things and thoughts I've had about that. I made a mistake. Does it make it terrible? Does it make it irreparable? It does not. It makes me aware. Spurs me to make changes. There we go. There's the thing. Spurs me to make changes, to say, great, when I tell that story, it is powerful. Visualization is amazing. But tell the follow-up. Give some advice or some thoughts about ways to not even have to go down that road. Gives me a reflection point to see change. When I feel something negative or have an emotion that's negative and I make some changes or some different decisions in my life, I can look back and say, gosh, I'm so glad that feeling is gone. Because I remember how it felt when I recognized I'd made the mistake. It gives me courage to help myself and others. I want to make a difference for those kids. I want to make a difference for the people that I interact with. I want to make a difference for you. It gives me courage. It gives me courage to say, this is wrong, let's make it better. It gives a voice to pain, allowing empathy for others. It's not always the same cause, but pain is pain. When we recognize our own pains, it allows us to see it in others. And we can empathize with them. We can say, I have felt pain. I have felt ostracized. I have felt unloved, unliked, unsupported. I felt those things. They don't look the same as your things, but it's pain. And it's important that we acknowledge the pain in others. And it refocuses me on what matters. What matters is that I want to do better, do differently, do more. I want to speak when I see wrong. I want to change my own thoughts and feelings to better reflect what I want to see in others. I get to choose. So the next time you have that negative emotion, that negative feeling, that yuckiness going on inside, say, hey, what might that be telling me? What might I learn from? How can I make it different? Because quite frankly, if we don't make it different, if we don't change our hearts, nothing changes. We got to have some change. We cannot continue in the place that we are. So I'm in. Let's change. I look forward to seeing how you might apply these things. And if you care to share, I'd love to hear it. If not, just maybe it matters. And maybe there's only one of you out there that it matters to, and that's okay. Maybe it's something I needed to look at myself, and that's okay. We're in this together. We make a difference. We make a difference for everyone. It's a win-win.